What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Olu. This is Olu Mighty's Futures. Welcome back if you're already subscribed. Welcome if you're new. Today is May 27th, 8:45 a.m. 8:45 in the morning, May 27th. And this is the continuation of the copycat series. That's the name of the playlist that I have for this copy trading series that I'm doing. So if you don't already know, if you're new to the whole thing we got going on over here, I'm copy trading 3 evaluations at the moment. This is the current state of them. So I made it to 5 days. I didn't crash out yet, which is good. I have been breaking some rules, so and that's something I also want to talk about. Let me full screen real quick. When you are on your trading journey and you're working on your discipline, you're trying to get better as a trader, mainly just kind of focusing on psychology. You already have your strategy kind of pretty much on lock. When you're trying to like make changes, I was like, oh, I don't want to break my rules, and it's not gonna be perfect. Nobody ever. I'm not gonna say it's impossible, but hardly does a lot of people ever like quit anything cold turkey. Like when people try to stop smoking cigarettes, quitting cold turkey isn't the easiest thing. Some people can do it. Some people do it. Same with changing your diet, switching your diet up. Some people can do it cold turkey. Some people can't. It's a situational thing. But if you break a rule every now and again, don't beat yourself up about it. Yes, you might maybe want to find some ways to maybe discipline, like not discipline, but like um a way that you can kind of suffer the consequences a little bit. Maybe you decide that you won't trade the next day, or you decide, okay, if you do trade the next day, you have to use 50% less risk, something to be like, okay, I broke my rules. Let me do something because I broke my rules. Let me, like sit the next trading day out, or, something. But like, don't blow yourself up. Don't beat yourself up if you break a rule here and there every now and again. You're still getting better. Progression is all we're looking for every day. Become the best version of yourself every day. That's all we're trying to do. But anyway, back to business. So this is what the accounts all should have looked like. Now I have had some pretty rough days, some rough trades. So this day was pretty normal, but on the other 2 accounts, I only made like I think $95, so about $500 short on this day for the other 2 accounts. So the other accounts are about 500, but everything else is pretty much identical. So I don't know what happened with the copy trading this day, but it was in my last video as it was happening. I was so mad, frustrated as hell. But I was just happy we came out on it was a good trade still. So, but yeah, this I was actually negative because I took 2 trades in the Asia session last night, lost both. So I was like -6 plus 100, and then I'm gonna show you some of the trades too. And then I think I ended up hitting on 2 trades. No. Well, I lost 2 trades yesterday. The rule that I broke was over trading, obviously. So I think this, because I traded like 2 times in the Asia session, or maybe 3. I lost 2, 1-1. I can't even remember. But I hit on a couple of trades I hit on one this morning. It was like a 1-5 or something like that. I'm gonna show you. I don't know. But anyway, my bad for yapping. This is what we're looking like at the moment. So essentially, this account is about halfway to the goal. About halfway to the goal for these. Now, I'm not gonna open both of them, but they're identical. So this is what we're looking like on the other 2 accounts. Man, come on, man. Okay, so like I said, this day, hopefully I wasn't blocking it. This day was the day the copy trading was messed up, but like I said, everything was identical. Damn, I need to start taking myself off the screen when I come to this page. Like, come on, bro. I ain't never seen the screen load like this before, bro. Like, come on, man. Damn. But yeah, anyway, enough of that. Let me go to the charts. So we're currently in New York session. Market is currently active. This was a paper trade I took. I checked all the winning trades I took yesterday. You know, within the last couple of days. Well, last day, I guess. Yesterday and this morning. So on this trade yesterday, I ended up winning on. I didn't hold the whole thing. I ended up I was trailing my stop loss, so I ended up getting stopped out right here, where you see this wick up here, right here. I got stopped like around here, so I ended up coming down, came up, and then went all the way down in my direction. That was cool. That was actually New York session. Okay, so that was New York session yesterday. So that was yesterday, and then this is gold, by the way, and I ended up taking a short. Because I was up. I didn't really sleep this morning. I slept like during the day, so I was up at night. So I ended up taking a trade short here on gold again. This one I held. So I held this 1 to 3. And then this was a paper trade. But yeah. So I held this for 1 to 3. And then I had a banger also. Because I think I took... What time did I get into? So I took that gold trade and then I entered this oil trade. So this oil trade I held for the whole 1 to 5. I had my stop loss at break even, and price was kind of consolidating around it. And then by the time I looked back up, it was still here. And then all of a sudden, I don't know if it was news or what, but it just tanked, dropped all the way down. This is one candle. This literally took like about maybe, because it was doing this for a minute, but when I looked at it and it was still up here and it started dropping, it took like maybe a minute for it to come all the way down and hit TP and start doing all of this. But anyway. That's where we're currently at. This is not a trading video. I did cut the camera on last night when I wanted to trade, but I didn't find any setups, and I was recording for an hour plus 2 hours without finding anything. I ended up cutting the camera off. It's always shaky at night because I might not find anything. It just depends. Like, see these trades off 3 a.m. I didn't have the camera on at 3 a.m. But hopefully tomorrow or tonight, depends on when I trade next. If I trade tonight or tomorrow, hopefully I can try to get the camera on so I can get another live trade. I really like getting those so you can kind of see what's going on, the thought process and my emotions live in action. But yeah, so I will say that I did break a few rules. I don't want to say punish myself. I'm not punishing myself. I just need to discipline myself. Maybe think of some ways I can kind of, I don't know, for lack of better words, I guess punish myself. But I don't know. But yeah, that's what we're looking like so far on the series. Yeah, I'm not in a rush to get funded. I'm trying to trade these accounts how I would want to trade for the next 5 years, and I've been doing all right. Of course, there's a lot of work to do, a lot of rules that need to be checked for sure. Mainly over trading, like the over leveraging is not an issue anymore. Revenge trading, I say, is like 60%. I'd say about maybe 60 to 75% like in check. Like, I don't feel the need to just be like, I lost. Let me find something else and just rush something, just anything. Like, I might be like, okay, let me just look for another trade. I might go in with the same risk or a little less risk, but I'm still looking for what I usually look for. And sometimes it'll just kind of lead into over trading. Like these past couple of days, I think yesterday I traded like 3 times. And it's kind of weird because the sessions are different from the days. So it's like, because this, yeah. But yeah, yesterday I traded, I think, like 3 times. That's way more than, to me, that's over trading. Because I only like to take one trade a day, win or lose. So 3, anything over 2 is over trading for sure. But yeah, so that's the progress so far. It's not gonna be a long video. I will see you on the next one, and stay safe in the markets out there. Deuces.